But all right, let's switch over to the NFC and NFC
Wow.
East that is. And I think this is going to be actually a pretty competitive division as well. A couple years ago, we looked at this as like the worst division. Now
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty tough one. We got the reigning NFC champions and the Philadelphia Eagles leading the way at minus 115, Dallas Cowboys plus 175, New York Giants plus 700, and the Washington Commanders plus 1300. So I think, to me, no question, the Eagles, they're going to win this. They're the most all around, well rounded team. They've pretty much re signed everybody. They're
Yeah.
able to hold on to everybody. Dallas Cowboys, man, the Cowboys are going to Cowboys, dude. Like they're.
Got rid of
Honestly,
Zeke.
like they they choke every time, man. They choke every time. They're regular season warriors, and until they can prove otherwise, I will never have faith in them to do it. Dak, honestly, man, it seems like Dak Prescott's career is starting to turn into a Tony Romo 2.0. It genuinely is. Like I feel, as much as people hate on the Cowboy fans, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of Cowboy fans, but in a way, you almost gotta feel bad for them. Like, right?
No, absolutely not. Are you crazy?
Like,
I'm gonna feel bad for
that's
our
gotta be
Cowboys, man.
no, but you know how like sad that has to be to have a mental disability to
Listen,
like for this team.
You're talking as a Jaguars fan. You were a Jaguars fan saying you should.
Yeah, but we're never
another.
delusional. We were self-deprecating. They are delusional.
Well, they're living in the past, man. They're living in 1995, man. There's kids that grow up
but-
now, Cowboys fans who've never seen them win anything.
But we can't forget that. I mean, this was a division that had three teams that made the playoffs. Giants got in, had a good game again. Daniel Jones gets re-signed. Obviously, he had a decent showing against the Minnesota Vikings, knocked them out of the playoffs. I think this is about right. I think the Eagles are pretty much going to take this away. If anything, I will say the Cowboys, I don't know. Even the Vegas always kind of overestimates the Cowboys. Everybody says the Cowboys are looking so good this year, but like I said, you got to prove it. Like, I'm not going to lie. The team is good on paper. They're a solid team on paper. I mean, Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, the defense with Micah Parsons, all them boys, like Dak Prescott, and sometimes he can play really well. But obviously, I don't know if you heard a couple weeks ago, our students training camp started. I mean, people were roasting Dak Prescott.
No.
It was roasting, saying he was just throwing picks left and right, and everyone's like, Dak is back. Dak is back. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have trust in Dak Prescott to lead this team. I think Jalen Hurts is one of the best quarterbacks in this league. And to me, I don't even know why they're giving the Cowboys so much love right there. I think it's Eagles all the way. And Commanders, Commanders is in this weird limbo where they're like trying to stay competitive, but they're not at the same time. It's like they got a solid team, they got some solid pieces, but they can't get the quarterback situation right, and they can't really string together like wins. The Commanders just kind of in a weird limbo right now.
Yeah, I would think, I would be a little bit higher. I don't know about what I'm worried about is the Giants. Like, I don't know how good the Giants are going to be. I would think the Commanders will be a little bit higher. Yeah, I'm not going to root for the Cowboys. I live in Texas, so it's everywhere all the time. Like you said, great paper team. I don't expect too much. I'm going to see them every year. They're going to be on my Thanksgiving. They're going to be on my Christmas. I'm going to see them all the time on TV.
You're gonna hear everybody talk about them,
Everybody's wearing the silver. Stephen A. is going to go up there.
talking about whatever.
Him and Michael Irvin. It's all predictable. It's all we all see the future of this. But yeah, I'm high on the Eagles. I'm an Eagles fan. It took me about 5-6 weeks, and I was like, yes, I'm an Eagles fly. I'm an Eagles fan. So I predict them to go deep in the playoffs this year. I believe in Jalen Hurts. So the rankings are about right. I might have put the Commanders way higher and put the Giants on the bottom. But we'll see. We'll see about this division. It is more competitive, though. I would say it's more interesting, especially now Zeke leaving the Cowboys. We'll see how he does in New England.
I just hate the obligatory Cowboys talk on like any single show you go on. Like, like if you're a fan, bro, you're eating because it don't matter what show, what you put on. They're always talking about your team. You know how often they talk about the Jaguars? Literally never, unless we're in the playoffs. Like that's, we have a star quarterback, and they still don't talk about us as much as they talk about Dak Prescott. It's insane. But all right, let's move on to the next division. The NFC North. I think this is going to be. I think it's a two-man race between the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think the Packers and Jordan Love are going to be that good. That Packers team is not good. It's not good. I think they're kind of putting Jordan. I mean, there's a reason why Aaron Rodgers left. Like, that team is just not good. He had nothing for the past 2 years, and then that's why I was shocked that they even he re-signed. Minnesota Vikings, you know, they can't show up in big moments. I mean, it's a real thing. Primetime Kirk is a real problem. Like, the dude can't show up in primetime games. And Detroit Lions at that last half of the season, I mean, they went on a run. They almost squeezed into the playoffs. They weren't able to get in. I think they have a really good system put in place, and I like what they have. I still have a hard time picking them over the Vikings just for the simple fact that, like, I mean, I just think the Vikings are more talented than the Lions, but I think the Lions are a better team as a whole. You know what I mean? I think Dan Campbell has been able to kind of put that team together and like rally for one another. And look, Jared Goff played well in the stretch. He actually played semi-decent. I just have a hard time picking them as the winners until I see them do it. Until I see Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions do it throughout a full season. Versus the Vikings, they have proven to me that they can make the playoffs, they can win the division, they can win playoff games. They've proven to me of the past few years. Look, yeah, you're losing your running back in Dalvin Cook. He's not the same. He wasn't the same guy last year. You lost him. But, I mean, this is still a team with, I like to think, the best receiver in the league in Justin Jefferson. You still have weapons over there. Like, I got the Vikings winning this, and I get
really.
I think Detroit's getting it because of the end of the season, how well they played, and the Vikings kind of fell apart. Even though but the Vikings still made the playoffs at the end of the day, and the Lions didn't.
I'm gonna listen. This is where I say this is one of the most messed up. Obviously, if you look at the odds, if you look on our YouTube channel, all these are in the plus 145, plus 145, plus 260, plus 350, plus 430. I think this is a $2 race spot. I got the Bears being better than people expect, and I got the Vikings, being on top of the Lions. So those, if I had to pick a dark horse, probably the Bears. Going to be surprising this year. Obviously, they acquired DJ Moore. They got Chase Claypool. I think watch out for the Bears. Everybody expecting to be on the bottom of the barrel. I think this is a turnaround year for the Bears. So watch. I think they're gonna be sneaky good, sneaky better than you expect, better than Packers probably, and we'll see how better they are than the Lions. But I got the Vikings and the Bears top of this division, with maybe the Vikings coming out of the division completely.
No, I agree with you on that Bears take because I didn't get a chance to go over the Bears. Yeah, I think they're actually kind of putting pieces around Justin Fields. Justin Fields was a one-man show out there. The dude literally had no one to throw to. He was running all over the place. There's a reason why he had over 1,000 rushing yards. I mean, so I think, honestly, the best thing that happened to the Bears was them getting last place and just trading themselves out of it, because now they have future pieces to put together. Like you said, DJ Moore's a baller. He was good in Carolina. And then Chris Claypool. Yeah. Chase Claypool, God, he is look, I didn't hear anything coming out of him in Chicago. I don't follow Chicago super deeply. He had his moments in Pittsburgh, but he seems like the thing I want to see from Claypool is a little bit more consistency, I guess. But when he went to the Bears, he was a one-man show out there too. So it's like he was probably getting double teamed everywhere he went. But now you put DJ Moore on the other side of him, it kind of free ups a little bit more space for him. But yeah, I agree with you. I think the Packers are going to be the worst team in this division. I think Packers are going to get the wooden spoon for the NFC North. But my rankings is Vikings, Detroit, Bears, Packers. But the NFC is weak, man. NFC is weak. So the Bears could probably sneak in. Like, it's not like you got killers like you do on the AFC with quarterbacks. Like, AFC's got killers. And that's
Yeah.
going to be tough. The NFC is going to be a lot more manageable to get into the dance.
And as I'm looking at the Pro Football again, I have this pulled up. The Pro Football Focus, the strength of schedule. They have Vikings had a hard schedule last year, and they'll have a hard schedule this year. And the Bears have an easy schedule last year, and they'll have an easy schedule this year. So, man, I'm telling you, watch out for the Bears. Watch out for the Bears. They're gonna be a little better than you expect.
I think they added Tremaine Edmonds. He used to play for the Bills. That's a good signing for them on linebacker. So, shoring up that defense, But I always thought their defense was kind of solid. I thought their biggest issue was the offense. But let's go on to the NFC South, and there's one every year, and this one's going back to back as the poo-poo division of the year. Back to back, the poo-poo division. NFC South got the New Orleans Saints, Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Gabe, without thinking, give me a quarterback in one of these teams.
Oh, didn't the Saints just acquire? They just acquired Derek Carr, didn't they?
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna see if you remembered. Yeah,
and then,
obviously Saints.
I forget who the
Derek
backup is. I gotta look up the depth chart. But yeah, somehow the Falcons think they're gonna have a better year this year as well. Also, again, if you're looking on the YouTube channel, all these teams are plus 130, plus 210, plus 360, plus 750. I got the two top teams I got it pretty much as they have it right here with New Orleans Saints on top, New Orleans Saints, Falcons on top, Carolina Panthers, Bucks on the bottom. I got how they have it. I don't know how good the Falcons are actually going to be. We've been waiting on the Falcons for a while. They got rid of, what's his name? Can't forget. Anyways, but yeah, this is kind of like whatever I thought of the NFC. Not the NFC, the AFC South with the Philly and the Cowboys, that division. I kind of think of this now. This is kind of like a poo-poo division. I don't know who's going to come out on top. If I had to pick a team, New Orleans Saints. I have a friend who lives in New Orleans. I'll root for the Saints, but I don't really have many big expectations of them. Any of these teams running deep in the playoffs. Do you?
No, not at all. I think it's going to be a below 500 playoff team, whoever it is. Obviously Baker, he just got the starting role at Tampa.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. Yeah,
Look, Baker, he played well in a few games for the Rams last year. Obviously, they like him coming into this. Todd Bowles. I'm a little surprised they have him last. Look, I'm not saying Tampa's going to win it, but I really think this division is a coin flip. Like I don't really buy these odds. If I had to pick, I'm probably gonna go New Orleans because I think they have the most established quarterback. Like, to be fair, Atlanta Falcons, second year, Desmond Ridder going on there. I think Atlanta's building a little something there, though. I mean, you got Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Desmond Ridder, Cordell Patterson. He's getting older, but he hasn't slowed down yet. I mean, he's been a powerhouse. They got a little something in that offense that could probably put them over the top and potentially win this division. So I think the Panthers are probably going to be last. I think Panthers are going to be terrible this year. But I will say I'm a little shocked that Tampa is so low. But I think if I had to pick one, I think I'm going to go with the Saints. I just think Derek Carr is he's the best quarterback in this division. He is. He's proved time and time again that he's a starter in this league. He can compete in this league. So I think I'm going to go New Orleans here. But I don't be surprised by Atlanta. I think Atlanta could fight for it.
And Carolina Panthers are playing.
If Ridder plays well.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Carolina's depth chart, by the way. They play Atlanta week 1, so that should be competitive, I guess, for that division. Carolina has Bryce Young, Thielen, Miles Sanders at running back, DJ Shark, Hayden Hurst, tight end. That offense looks like a little mishmash of...
Wait, what was this again?
For the Carolina. So they have QB1.
They got DJ Chark over there?
Yeah, man. They got him, man. It's a little mishmash of guys who had spots. I don't know. That might be interesting to watch. Just to see. Like I said, I haven't been watching preseason. Maybe something interesting comes out of there, but give me the Saints. Saints easy. That's easy money.
All right. Now let's go to the NFC West. So here in first, I think this is pretty easy. I mean, you got San Francisco 49ers minus 175, Seattle Seahawks plus 200, Los Angeles Rams plus 1,000, Arizona Cardinals plus 2,700. So, yeah, this is pretty much a two-man race, again, between the 49ers and the Seahawks. Rams, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what's happening with Matt Stafford. Arizona Cardinals, they're just bad. So, I mean, obviously, look, I know the Niners are the favorites because they've shown that they can perform and play well without having a good quarterback. But, man, I'm not hearing great things about Trey Lance. And even the stuff I've seen from Trey Lance, I haven't seen anything from them from this preseason because I don't live in I can't watch those games.
Yeah.
But I've not been hearing great things. And even the stuff that I saw from him last year, I was not super high on him. I've never been high on him. I don't think he's ever been good. Obviously, like, give him a full year of playing. But I don't know. We'll see. Seattle Seahawks, it's another team that I think overperformed last season, but they're still not a good team. Look, we'll see if Geno Smith can replicate it. I don't know if he can. Is Geno Smith going to be the quarterback again?
Yeah, they have him at QB1 with questionable QB2 is Drew Lock.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely going to be Drew Lock. Yeah. But, man, I don't know. I mean, I guess you got to give it to the Niners. I think the Niners are going to win this. Like I said, defense can take you a long way, as we've seen from the Niners. Obviously not far enough. They weren't able to make it to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl so far in the Shanahan era. We'll see what Trey Lance does. I think I have more faith in the Niners to win this than the Seahawks. But the Seahawks are going to give them, I think, a run for their money. But the Niners are where it's at. Especially if Trey Lance can even play like, if he could just play like if he could just be a game manager and just not turn over and like keep possession of the ball, I think that's all you need from that Niners system.
Yeah, I don't agree. This is a two-dog race. 49ers, Seahawks. This should be competitive. Just to note, they have Trey Lance listed at QB3 on ESPN. It's Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold are QB1, QB2. So Brock Purdy, according to ESPN, has a starting job.
That's another question, though. Like, can Brock Purdy replicate what he did, or was it just Jeremy Lin effect?
Yeah.
So they don't have. So Trey Lance is still injured.
Let me look up. I have to click.
Or wait, is he on the depth chart? Where did they have him on the depth chart?
QB3. They have Trey Lance at QB3.
He must be hurt. No way they have him like legitimately at 3. He must still be nursing that injury.
Last news I got is Kyle Shanahan. It's from a day ago. Coach Kyle Shanahan said on Thursday that Lance is going to remain 49ers as a third quarterback. ESPN Nick Wagner reports. So
I think Shanahan's playing it safe. I think it's going to be like, look, if we absolutely need him due to like crazy injuries, then we throw him in, but let's let him heal a little bit. But look, Brock Purdy, he's QB1 for a reason. He played really well down the stretch.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he could keep it up. We'll see. I think, we've seen it all the time throughout all of sports. Like, Kurt Warner's career is literally based off that, coming out of nowhere, going on these crazy stretches, but he was never able to do it consistently. We'll see if Brock Purdy is that or if he's like the real fucking deal. But either way, even if he's not amazing and he's just average, all you need is average on this 49ers team.
Yeah, I'm good with the odds. I like the odds, with San Francisco being the favorite, obviously.